After Darth Vader revealed to Luke that he was his son, Luke would manage to escape, and Vader would vow that when the time was right, he would find Luke again. Until that day, Vader would make it his mission to hunt down and destroy anyone who hid Luke from him for all of those years, and made Luke weak, in Vader's words. Our last video here was actually covering those events, and I'll link it below if you haven't seen it, and this video is sort of a follow-up to that. Vader returned to his master Sidious, aka Emperor Palpatine, and Palpatine wasn't at all pleased with Vader. Vader had gone rogue and even rebelled against his master when Palpatine had requested Vader's presence after the events on Cloud City. Palpatine wasn't at all shy about punishing and even torturing Vader if he thought it was deserved, and once Vader returned to him after his mission, Palpatine unleashed his Sith lightning onto his apprentice. Vader attempted to deflect it with his crimson blade, but it was too much. Vader had been sent to bring Luke to the dark side. Instead, the young man escaped. Afterwards, Vader was summoned to report to Palpatine. He instead embarked on his own personal mission. On that mission, he came across a cell of rebels led by Sabe, the double of Padme Amidala. Instead of killing them all, they live still. At best, this was failure. At worst, treason. Palpatine finally relented, only to summon his guards upon Vader. Again, Vader tried to fight back, but Palpatine took Vader's lightsaber away from him. Being the ruthless Sith Lord that he is, Vader was still able to get the upper hand and began choking the life out of the guards and even Palpatine's Grand Vizier. Palpatine would, however, turn the tables and lift Vader himself into the air with a powerful force choke of his own. "How does it feel, Lord Vader?" he said, "to be so weak, to feel such pain, to know such fear?" Palpatine, so strong in the Force, so ruthless, Vader's suit began to spark and malfunction. Vader screamed as parts of his suit exploded, and his mechanical legs and arm detached and fell to the floor, a broken pile of worthless scrap. Vader crashed below next to it. "You must find yourself again, old friend," the evil Darth Sidious says to the broken man. "You must relearn the primacy of power above all else, or you must die." Vader is taken to Mustafar, the site of his defeat. Two death troopers drag the broken Vader to the river of lava and drop him at the edge. Palpatine follows. "The last time you were broken, I found you. I rebuilt you. This time you must rebuild yourself, using nothing but your own strength." Palpatine tosses Vader's lightsaber to the ground, and Vader reaches out with the Force to pull it to himself, using his one cybernetic arm still attached to his body. However, Palpatine puts a heavy foot on top of it to stop it. "Not like that, old friend. If you try to tap into the Force, I will know, and this whole exercise will come to an end." Palpatine and the troopers return to their ship, leaving Vader behind, alone and broken. Vader manages to crawl up the black sand beach and reach his weapon. Using his power and rage, he scratches and claws to an old run-down building, a familiar one. Inside, he finds the decomposed body of Newt Gunray, the Viceroy that Vader killed years ago following the events of Order 66 and Operation Nightfall. It is there that Vader is able to use spare parts and limbs from droids to attach to himself, to at least manage to get around on 2 feet, more or less. Shortly afterwards, Vader had an encounter with the assassin Ochi of Bestoon, sent by Palpatine himself to test Vader. Vader would choke Ochi out, not with the Force, but with his makeshift metal arm instead. Afterwards, Vader would begin to hear the call of a mysterious creature, leading him to venture into a dark cave where he would encounter the Eye of Webbish Bog, a terrible, spider-like creature, extremely powerful in the Force, who begins to test Vader, giving him visions, forcing Vader to fight off terrible creatures. Vader eventually passes these trials, and at the end, the creature bestows to Vader a small pyramid-like piece, a Sith wayfinder. Vader returns from the cave and comes across Ochi once again and forces him to tell him about the wayfinder. "Plug it into your nav system," Ochi says. "It'll show you the way to Exegol." Much to Ochi's dismay, he is forced to tag along with Vader as Vader sets out to find out the Emperor's true secrets. Using the wayfinder, now in his possession, on his way to Exegol. I'm still working my way through this series, but I'm really excited to see what happens next once Vader reaches Exegol, and I think this is a really cool series tying into the sequels and specifically, of course, the Rise of Skywalker and the Return of Palpatine. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm excited to find out what happens next in this series myself, and I will definitely be making more Vader videos in the future. As always, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, may the Force be with you.